Hey guys, happy Sunday and welcome to, what is it? Yet another speed build. We're here today in Windenburg. Yeah, we're in Windenburg, and this has been a speed build that I've had on my calendar to do for a very, very long time, and for some reason I was constantly putting it off. I have no idea why. But I finally did it, and it wasn't even that much of a headache. Actually, it wasn't a headache at all. It was actually a pretty straightforward build to do, so I have no idea why I had that no to it. You know, sometimes when you just put off that task and you're like, it's gonna be terrible, and then you do it and you're like, no, it wasn't even anywhere near terrible. That is this build. So I knew I was going to have to do a little bit of terrain tools and quite a bit of landscaping on this, but if this was a regular house lot and it needed lots of landscaping, like proper manicured landscaping, then I'd say it would take a long time. But because I'm trying to make it look like it fits in with the environment, it's pretty simple. You can see that's what I'm starting with. I've got the shape of the house there, and then I'm just doing the landscaping to fit. I've used a lot of debug, not debug, the world objects, because I wanted it to match in with the environment. I did get inspired by an outhouse. I'm sure it's called Kangaroo Outhouse. I'll link it down below in the description just in case you want to see the original. It's just literally a mirror cube, and I spent all this time when the bathroom was released. When was it released? The 1st of February? Not the 1st of February, the 5th of February. When we released it, the public release, I added in these mirror windows because I wanted to do them for this build specifically. And I've got to say, they're a great concept. You need to get to work for those mirrors to appear, those window mirrors to appear correctly, because it's the interrogation window from Get to Work that I cloned to make that whole one-way mirror idea possible. So I used them, but I've got to say there's a slight downfall to it in the fact that for my screenshots, I know that this is not going to look like a mirror. It's just going to look like a white box with not a lot of detail on it, because when you back away from a mirror in the game, for, let's say, for efficiency purposes, that's the word, for efficiency purposes, they don't bother. When you're far away, you won't have all that detail in the mirror, so it goes to grey and is no longer reflective. Even though I have mine at the ultra settings, there is actually nothing I can do to change when it flips into that grey state instead of being an actual mirror. So these windows actually only work really close up, so I'm gonna have to try and do some kind of special maneuvering to get it like an actual screenshot of the build, because I haven't done the screenshots yet, of the build looking like a mirror house. So if you want to, you can swap out for windows. I was thinking, should I just swap out for regular windows from the bathroom set, but I thought we'd stick with the original concept. You can always swap them out if you would like to. I've put the regular clear windows actually on the right hand side. It ends up because there's still like a kind of patio area out the front there, and I thought it might be nice just to put the regular windows there. But yeah, it's great concept on the windows, but not really something that's 100% possible in game. Unfortunately, it is a bit of a pooper moment, you know, when you discover that it's not really possible, but we'll do it anyway, because the problem was I could have used the full length mirrors that come with base game on the outside, but I knew then you wouldn't be able to look from the inside to the outside. So that's why I decided to create the windows to go with it instead. But hey, you try, you can't win them all. But I'm really happy with the landscaping and stuff, and that was a bit that was actually putting off a lot of the time. I think this has been, so that it was released the 1st of, yeah, it's been a month and a half that I've been delaying doing this. This was meant to be out for release day. This was the build I was going to do to showcase the additional windows that I added into the set, but yeah, it just never happened. So here it finally is. I'm glad. Maybe I'm being in this much of a productive mood. Maybe I'll even go and finish my half-done builds in my external hard drive. I doubt it. There's one build that I think I could possibly get going with. You know, I think it might be a good like emergency build because it only needs the interior doing and it's not a big build. So but yeah, so this one, as I said, was inspired by a real life build, and it's just outhouse. It just has a bathroom out there, but I knew I wanted to make this be an entire house. I didn't just want it to be one room. I was thinking about maybe doing one room on the outside, so a smaller one, and then going down a level and doing a basement and putting most of the living space down there, but nah, this lot is big enough for it to be like, it's 60 tiles, so it's more than big enough, this lot, to carry 60 tiles, and this place still looks tiny, which it is because it is a tiny home. I haven't done a tiny home for 2 weeks, something like that. Yeah, I actually did a tiny home, didn't I? I thought it'd been longer. No, it's only been 2 weeks. Whoops. But they are really, really helpful to me at the moment. I'm doing this and I'm already doing the voiceover. It's 20 past midnight. And so technically it is Saturday morning when I'm doing this. But today I've been very productive. Well, I say today, Friday, I was very productive. I finished doing the kitchen update, got the Tumblr post done. I then built the entire apartment that day, edited the video, uploaded it, everything like that, and also did this build as well. So we managed to do an apartment build and a tiny home in one day, which I'm just like, why do I not do more tiny homes? So hopefully that's going to allow me finally. I'm going to declare it here because you guys on Patreon have been very, very patient with me, waiting for updates on CC. I'm going to be starting it tomorrow, which is Saturday. So actually, I'll have already started it, and maybe you'll have an update. I don't know, but yeah, that's what I want to do, is spend the weekend creating CC. So that's brand new meshes. So it's a long process, and so that's going to be over on Patreon. I shall keep you updated. It's patreon.com/Hey Harrie, and at the moment it's just a $2 tier there for updates, and just if you just want to support the channel and allow me the financial support to do these projects and keep going with them. So yeah, that's over there on Patreon. So I'm excited to get going creating my own CC. It's been like a long time coming. I decided not to stream on Twitch this time, last year, maybe even earlier, this time last year, and I still haven't I still haven't been able to do my own. I have not been able to do exclusive my own, but there has been 2 collab months and with Felix, so I was happy that those are just big old learning curves for me, to be quite honest. They're good things, stuff to get started on, and now I'm ready and reggae mixed together equals reggae. Yep, I'm ready to spread my wings and fly like a butterfly. Oh God, it's a Mariah Carey lyric. You're welcome. But anyway, I hope everyone is staying safe now. I totally didn't mention, COVID-19 in my last video. And please stay safe. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Over here in the UK, we aren't really doing the whole mask thing. We're just doing like wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. I'm not too sure that people in Asia would agree with this, because I know lots of people in Asia do masks. I did see a very funny photo of a couple out in Costco in America, and they had like full on apocalypse, the war is ending, like gas masks. Basically they were gas masks, they weren't face masks like the surgical face masks. No, they were full on gas masks, and it was just made me chuckle. But yeah, I'm making sure that I stay away from the elderly. To be quite honest, I am most definitely self-isolating, but of course I work from home anyway, so it's not too hard of a task. I'm staying away from public transport. I was thinking of going shopping. It was no, just don't do it. Just don't. There is no need to be going around shops for no reason unless you need to do something. There's just no reason. And I've been to like the supermarket a couple of times. I'm like, oh, this is the risk. That's the risky one, going to the supermarket. I'm just waiting for like a lockdown to happen here in the UK. At the moment, for some reason, we have this like extra stage before we start closing and restricting things, which I don't know why. Don't ask me why we're different to everyone else. I don't have a clue. But yeah, I personally would like the schools to already have been closed by now. I don't get why they're still open. It's Boris for you. But anyway, yeah. So, to this build has, well, not everything you could ever want, but it's got the bare minimum. Well, I say bare minimum, like it's pretty luxurious, you know? Pretty luxurious, not gonna lie. I made this on the tallest wall height instead of the medium one. Ideally, I think normally I would probably make this on a medium wall height, but I knew I wanted to do this kind of fake mezzanine level, so that's what I did. We did the tallest wall height, and then I've used the Spade stepping stone to make a fake mezzanine level. You can do that, and your Sims will literally, the animation will look a little bit crazy, but you click on the bed and tell your Sims to sleep, and they'll just literally pop up there and start doing the animation at the height of the bed. So it's the height of the bed that determines where they start getting into the bed from. So yeah, it's a little bit weird when they go in there, but I think it's okay. It's like, it's going to be on the screen for 5 seconds and then it all looks fine, so I'm okay with that. With the animations, them getting in and out is a little bit different. I've done this before in a apartment. I have not play tested this yet, so if there has been a change in the uploaded version of this, it's because it didn't work. I hope nothing's changed. I remember a long time ago I did this like super fancy bathroom, and I play tested it and I put sinks into tables, or I did something like that, and I had to play test it and I had to get it just right, like move it, and I worked out how to move it just enough so that it worked. Did that, all fine. Then I think a patch happened and it stopped it from working, and I was like, I have tested this, and yeah, so you can no longer, before you could put a table and you could raise a sink, and if you brought it forward enough towards the sim, then they could still use it, but now they can't. So thank you for patching that little workaround out for me. It's not appreciated at all, but yeah, I've managed to fit in a seating area underneath this sleeping area. I don't keep that sofa, by the way, just a heads up. But yeah, we've got the seating area under there, we've got the sleeping area on the mezzanine. I almost forgot to do the bathroom in this. Not that I forgot to section it off because you can see it's there already, but I forgot to put anything inside of it. So I thought, oh wow, this build's been really quick, you know, I've got it finished really quickly. And then I realized it was just a completely empty room and there was no bathroom in it. So 10 out of 10 on that one. But yeah, I did remember a bathroom, so that is in there as well. And the new updated kitchen, just in case you didn't catch my last video, the Japanese apartment, the kitchen has been updated. So Friday the 13th was patch day for the kitchen. Well, actually, as it's now midnight and I'm into the 14th, that means it was successful. We escaped anything happening on Friday the 13th. I don't think I've ever had anything happen on Friday the 13th anyway. But yeah, it was patch day. I decided to add in the 2 wood tones that were in the bathroom but not in the kitchen. So the one you're seeing now is one of them. That's we're calling it the mid-tone wood, and there's also a lighter wood tone that was patched in as well. I also changed the shader for the cabinets. Annoyingly, in The Sims, the cabinet shader it just doesn't do its job properly. You know, you could have a straight wall and you'd have the cabinets would have like 10 different colors going along the wall. Great idea in principle, just the shader doesn't work. So I've changed the shader, so you'll need another little tiny package file to make sure that there aren't any crazy shadows happening on your cabinets, because it isn't the cabinet shader anymore. So yeah, it's like if you put an appliance there and you didn't have that file in, you'd get these huge dark shadows on your cabinets. They would not be pretty, they'll be very obvious. So if you don't spot them, then you've probably got the file in your game. Peacemaker has a file like that as well, so if you've already got Peacemakers, you don't need to have my one. We've all done the same thing, but of course we're not going to use each other's package files or link to them. It's just a little bit weird, you know, for me to be like, hey, yeah, download my CC, and yeah, you need Peacemaker's file for it to look properly. So yeah, that would just been weird. He did say, hey, you could have just linked mine. I was like, yeah, no, it's just a little bit weird. So that is an extra download that you need to do. You don't really need one in your game. I don't think if you have more than one that it is a problem, because I think we've all done the same thing. We've all edited the same thing. It's just you're going to have a couple of files in your game that do the same thing. So what's the point? If you get what I mean. So we have moved on to this last little bit. I've rambled on and we're nearly at the end of this. This little outside area I decided to put in. I think it was just cute to have an outdoor area. Alternatively, I think a hot tub would look damn cute out here if you wanted to get rid of that outdoor table. Oh, do you know what? I haven't put a barbecue out here. I haven't uploaded this and I haven't play tested. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly, before I upload it, I'm going to put in a barbecue out here because, well, that would make total sense. How can you have this outdoor area and not have one? I don't know what I was thinking. So I will make sure that there's a barbecue in here, and yeah, the postman is going to have to come all the way up here to put your mail in. So hopefully, I don't know if there's a limit on how far they'll travel on the lot before they put the mail in, but it always gets there anyway, even if they say they can't reach it. But anyway, we are now going into screenshots. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back very, very soon. Bye, guys.